my channel. My name is Kyla if you don't know who I am. And first off, before I start the video, two things. I want to first apologize for my videos not being as regular as they usually are. I have been having technical difficulties and I just haven't been able to upload every Sunday. So as opposed to a video on Sunday, there will be a video on a Thursday, and that is not like me. I like my videos to be on time, and they haven't been, so I do apologize sincerely for that. That I'm going to try to prevent from happening again. But if it does, I hope you guys really and truly understand. I am trying to work out the kinks with iMovie, and I'm trying to figure out how to get my videos to actually upload without there being some type of problem. Like, it's literally always something. These past 2 or 3 videos, it's just been a mess. So I am sorry. I am working on it. I promise, pinky promise, that I have been trying to get it under control. Second off, as you can tell already, and if you also follow me on Instagram, I recently got Marley hair installed into my hair. So the details on this hair will be going up next week. So all about how I did it, why, you know, all types of things like that. If you specifically have a question that you want me to answer, you can actually leave it down below. I'm going to probably cover everything without you having to ask questions, but if you have anything that you want to know right now that you don't know if I'm gonna get to or not, you can totally ask it, and then in next week's video I will answer the question. Now let's get on with the video. So like I said in my last video, I did want to bring back the Let's Have a Talk series. So today's video is just going to be all about self-confidence and comparing ourselves to others. It's something that goes on all the time. Boys do it, girls do it, and grown people do this. And self-confidence is just the feeling of trust that you have in yourself, look-wise, in your abilities, qualities, characteristics. It's something that helps make you pretty much a whole person. It helps make you who you are. Self-confidence is something that comes in within and it exudes out when you are truly comfortable with who you are. And I noticed that a lot of kids my age, myself included, do not have self-confidence. It's a pretty rare thing nowadays. You don't see very often someone who's really and truly comfortable with who they are, always trying to do something to change ourselves. Girls who aren't comfortable with a half pound of makeup to cover that all up. Boys, I don't know what boys do. You catch my drift, I hope. You know where I'm going with this. We always try to bring each other down instead of building each other up, especially when we know someone who doesn't have that much confidence. We tear them down even more because they're already weak, and we feel that it's hilarious or funny or it's what everyone is doing, and so we have to tear people down. And a little fun fact, for every insult that you make to a person, it takes 15 compliments to get that person back to where they were in the first place. So everyone that wants to put all these insults and stuff, you have to realize that that one insult can take someone's self-esteem all the way down. So I just I wanna talk about myself for a second, because I do not have very high self-esteem. I don't have high self-confidence. I'm those people that if you tell me something, like if you say an insult to me, I will believe it. I am one of those people. I will believe not anything you say, but I will believe a lot of what you say. And people don't realize that because they don't know me, so they insult me, and then I actually really take it to heart. I remember once I was a sophomore in high school, when I was sitting in Spanish class, and this kid saw my mom the day before, in a PTA meeting, and he was like, "Oh, you don't look a lot like your mom." And I was like, "Okay." He was like, "Oh, your mother was better than you." He's right, because my mother physically is so much better than me. She's character-wise so much better than me. She has such a good heart, and she's such an amazing person. And because she's so good, she doesn't even realize it. Like, you can tell her 100 times, "You are a good person," or something like that, and she won't believe you. "No, I can improve myself. I can improve myself." And she's beautiful inside and out. Like, my mother is beautiful. So of course, when he said that, I took it, I pretty much took that and ran with it. Like, my self-esteem wasn't that high then, but especially after that, my self-esteem just, it went to an all-time low. Like, I literally started comparing every single little thing about myself to my mother, from my voice to how I act to my face. Like, literally, I would obsess over every single thing that was on me, and I would compare it to her. I begged my mother at the time. I was like, "Please let me wear makeup, please." Like, I did not like the way I looked at all then, and I was so, like, I wasn't alone, but people don't understand. Like, people never don't really understand where I'm coming from. Like, my mother, she doesn't understand. Like, she say, "Oh, you don't need makeup. You look fine the way you look," and then and stuff like that. And I would be like, "But you don't understand, because you're not ugly. You never had to deal with stuff like that. I'm pretty sure no one has ever called you ugly before. No one's ever compared you to your mother." And I hate being compared to my mother, because I'm not my mother. I am my own person. And when you compare me to her, it really annoys me. Like, I hate it. It's like, if you have a sibling, you know how they compare you to your sibling. Like, that's how I feel. And you would think, being an only child, that you don't get compared to anyone, because there's no one to compare you to, but you do. You usually get compared to your parents if you're an only child. And it's actually really hard, because I'm always compared to my mother, and I don't understand why, because I'm never gonna be her. I can never be my mother. I can only be me, Kyla. I can only be myself. And that's another thing that you guys need to realize. You compare yourself to another person, and it's like, why? Because you can never be that person. So what's the point? The only thing you can do is improve yourself to the best of your abilities. If you feel that there's something wrong with you, then go ahead, improve that. But never be jealous, or never be sad because of how one looks. Because what's the point? Honestly, you can't change it. You can't change how you look. I can't change how I look. I can't change anything about myself. I can't. It's impossible. I am me. And the only thing that I can do is better myself. Something that we need to understand as women, as girls, you can't change yourself. I looked at someone because of their looks before. That was never something that I cared about until really high school. And I became really vain. I am vain. Like, I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not the most vain person that you will ever meet in your life, but I'm definitely vain, and it's a problem, because I shouldn't be as vain as I am, because not everything is about looks, and I don't base myself solely off of looks or off of my hair. I don't do that, because when you get old, you're not going to have your looks anymore. Your intelligence is going to be the only thing that is what you still have. So, like, base it off of that too. But I'm very vain, and it's a problem, but that's me. We always want something that someone else has, and because of what society thinks that us. And I know that that's such a cliche phrase, like society, but it's like, it's kind of true. they always throw these images at us of what we should look like, how we should look like, what our body should be, how smart we should be. And they put us, they portray women as objects, as distractions, how you should naturally look beautiful. And if you don't, oh well. But you wear a lot of makeup, you're judged because you wear a lot of makeup. Society base a lot, like base women off of solely off of looks, and everything else comes second. And everything after that is not as important as looks. But it's like it kind of is, because what are we supposed to do when our looks are gone? And the thing is, you don't really pay attention to it, but you eventually start to think like what's given to you. No matter if someone says something to you numerous times, you're going to eventually believe that. And that's exactly what society does. They throw all these beautiful pictures of like Beyonce with the thigh gap and the curves, and Kim Kardashian with her curves, and you know, they throw all this stuff at us, and it's like, why? What's the point? Like, if you're born with it, or you work for it, I mean, great. But what's the problem with not having that? Because we're all the same. If you were to all put us into one room where we can't go to the bathroom, we can't eat, we can't drink, we would all die, because we're all the same. It doesn't matter how many curves you have, how skinny you are, how fat you are. None of that matters, because we're all equal, all the same. It doesn't matter how fat you are, it doesn't matter how skinny you are. None of that matters. Like, and as soon as we realize that, everything will be so much better. We always want something that we don't have. Literally. I remember one of my closest friends has the most beautiful eyebrows I've ever seen in my life. They are so thick and so full, and they have such a nice shape. And she just told me this year that she's always hated her eyebrows up until now. Like, she's just started to really love her eyebrows. And I'm just like, I've always loved your eyebrows ever since you were younger. And I heard that actually broke my heart, because we always want something that we don't have. And you know, people who have things that a lot of people envy, sometimes they don't even like it. And I don't know, it's just, I'm not saying that I don't do this, because I do. I compare myself to everybody. I do so much stuff to bring myself down a lot of the time, and I shouldn't do that, but I do. And a lot of people do. Even the most gorgeous of people do it. They talk about how girls wear too much makeup, but half the time girls wear too much makeup because they feel so bad about themselves because of how they look. So they figure, if I put makeup on, they'll look at me like I'm pretty. I'll be one of those girls envied because I'm wearing makeup. We say, oh, they're pretty, but then they take that makeup off, oh, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. And it shouldn't matter, because what does it matter? If she feels comfortable wearing makeup, then she should be able to wear makeup without having to worry about being judged because of how she looks without makeup on. And we are such a judgmental generation. It's not even just my generation. The generation before is kind of judgmental, but I fear for future generations, because we are so cruel to each other. So imagine what other generations will say to their fellow peers. And what I want everyone to do is go in the mirror, look in that mirror, and find one thing that you love about yourself. It doesn't even have to be physically. Like, look in the mirror and say, hey Kyla, or hey Bob, I love this about myself. And find something, because there's always something. There's never nothing that isn't decent, only that someone would want. Well, focus on that, and if you love that, accentuate that stuff about yourself. You know, if you have nice lips, wear a bold lip. If you have really nice eyebrows, fill them in, sculpt them out. If you're a great drawer, draw. Do what makes you happy. Find something that will build your confidence up. You're the only one that's going to support yourself no matter what. You have to be able to be comfortable with yourself. And you have to understand that how are you to expect someone to love you if you don't even love yourself? And once everyone realizes that, the world will honestly be a better place. Because if we have people who truly love themselves, there won't be so many suicides and there won't be so much bullying, because half the people that bully people feel bad about themselves. So, do you know how much that will lower down bullying? Like, to close this video out, the point that I'm trying to make is you can't change yourself to look like someone else. And you trying to do that will only hurt yourself. Why would you want to change yourself anyway? I'm not saying makeup does not, in my opinion, makeup doesn't really change you. I mean, it changes how you look, but you're still you. But like getting butt implants, breast implants, starving yourself so that you're skinny, those type of things are change you. And just because you see another girl with curves, that doesn't mean anything, because she probably had to do so much crap to get that way. That girl with the nice lips, she might have gotten lip injections. Like, you don't know. You don't know their story. You don't know anything about them. So don't try to be like them. But be you. I never said don't try to improve yourself. Don't try to be someone else. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to change yourself. Improve yourself. Go, if you feel bad about your body, go to the gym. That's what I've been doing lately. Improve your legs, improve your upper body strength. Do what you have to do to make yourself feel better about your body, because no one else is going to do it for you. Words aren't going to change how you look. You be the change that you want to be. I don't know where I heard that phrase from. If you feel confident wearing makeup, wear makeup. If it makes you feel better about yourself and it makes you more outgoing and do stuff, wear makeup. I encourage you to wear makeup if you want to. I see nothing wrong with makeup. I see nothing wrong with wanting to accentuate your features. There's nothing wrong with that. And if anyone tells you you're wearing too much makeup, to hell with them. Because it's not them, it's you. It's you. On breath, I'm actually kind of happy that my mother made me wait to wear makeup, because first of all, I would have made myself look like a clown. And second of all, I didn't need it. I needed to realize that I didn't need it. And some days I wish that I don't wear makeup on an everyday basis. And sometimes I wish I do, because I see my dark circles or I see uneven skin and I'm just like, oh my God, like, please just let me wear some foundation or something. But then I think about it, like, it's like, why would I do that? Like, who am I trying to impress? Like, why would I do that for someone else? I kind of thank my mother. I said, I don't need to. I'm just going to school. So I usually only wear makeup on a weekend basis, not even then sometimes. Don't feel bad for being you. Never apologize for being you. If you have an odd, kooky way about something that you do, who the hell cares? Like, it's not them. It's you. Was my little mini rant, because I feel really strongly about this. Everybody is their worst critic. Everybody judges themselves when no one sees anything wrong with them. I just really wanted to get that message out there. You're you. You're perfect. My subbies are perf, okay? They're perf. They're on bleak. Think twice before you insult someone, because remember what I said. It takes 15 compliments to get that person back up to where they were. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I upload videos every Sunday, and make sure to tune in next week for the deets on this Marley hair, which I just installed this week, and I'm really excited to be doing that video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. You guys don't understand. I almost am at 50 subscribers, which is awesome. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Like, you don't even understand. You guys are literally my best friends. And yeah, I thank you guys again, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
So blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night.